Very good evening to all of you. So this is the continues from our last lectures, the chapter 2 on building maintenance. So during last chapter, you learned about why the importance of the building and maintenance, and then also what is the needs. Okay. Now, we will look into, when we said about building maintenance, usually what we're having the idea is our own personality, properties, or our private properties. Okay, so have you ever think that, how about the further? Okay, so today we are going into look into the further building maintenance. All right. Okay. So, what is further office? Apa itu bangunan persekutuan? Okay, so there are two types of the further office, or we call it as the further buildings. How it can be declared as a further one? Okay, the first one is the share user complex. Okay, that during one complex, and then we have multi layers, and then these multi layers will have a different user. Okay, so the first example, a further house or Wisma Persekutuan. Okay, bila kita tengok balik, Wisma Persekutuan kita, bila kita pergi, dia tak semestinya hanya ada office JPN, tapi ada juga JPJ, ada juga immigration, custom. So all of these will be located at once, and then sometimes also it will include like PDPDN. So second example is actually like UTC. Okay, and then the second one is the government office complex. Okay, so and then also beside of share user yang kita berkongsi dengan orang lain, we also have a dedicated public office. Okay, office tertentu. Okay, the first one is the police complex, army camp, hospital, university, school. Okay, all of this is considered as a public office, dedicated. So yang di-assign, yang tertentu, office yang berfungsi tertentu. Okay, itu yang kita namakan sebagai bangunan persekutuan. Okay. So, how we manage it? Okay, so as example, if UUM, we know at least we have our own JPP. And then JPP, some parts they will do it by themselves, and then some they will outsource. Okay, but then how about the others? Okay, it's still the same concept. So the maintenance will be focused into two. One is a privatized, so private kan dia, which is maintained by own. Second is outsourcing. Okay, partially outsourced plus in-house maintenance, fully outsourced, or outsourced according to the specializations. Okay, so it's just like taking, you can take UAM as the example, and then you can see. Okay, if our aircon having some problem, that one is actually been outsourced. And then when certain of our buildings, okay, the example of my banks or your inasis, when there is some parts of broken, a small part, maybe yes, like the lightings, lampu rosak, yes, that ones will be in-house. But then kalau bangunan structures ada rosak, like that days, kalau the whole wiring kena tukar, then we will outsource. Okay, so this is the difference. When we do it privatized, okay, secara personal, or do it everything by owns, what is the agreements between? Okay, so the privatizations agreements can be separate into all of this. Okay, so you can see that apa yang kita boleh kita kata kita bagikan kepada orang lain. Okay. Alright, so the first one is the maintenance of electrical telecommunication system. Okay, example, kalau you all duduk di bangunan flats or apartments, okay, your electrical and telecommunications yang tu actually not under the maintenance departments. or those you paid for the management fees. But then if let's say rumah kamu nak pasang Unify, you have to contact by your own. Sebab ada orang nak ambil Unify, ada orang nak ambil Maxis Fiber. So it's a different choices. So this is the privatization. Personal, secara personal punya. Okay. Maintenance of air conditioning system. Okay. Even wiring kamu for electrical parts, wiring kamu takkanlah maintenance company akan datang buat untuk kamu. Yang luar yes, but then inside your house, no. Okay. So the air conditioning system, if it is centralized, yes, but then if it's a private unit yang dalam rumah kamu, then it's your own agreement dengan kontraktor kamu. Security services, public area, yes, but then kalau CCTV dalam rumah, kamu pun tak naklah rahsia kamu ditengok oleh orang lain. You be monitored by others, okay? So that's why no. Provision of the cleaning services. The public area, yes, but then when coming into your own house, then it will be a private agreement. Pest control, garbage disposal, landscaping, fire services, and utilities bill. Okay, so that's why when you buy a house, no matter, okay, rumah landed ataupun rumah apartment, rumah condominiums, all the electric bills, water bills, you have to go and register by your own. Mesti atas nama sendiri. Even myself, okay. Saya ada rumah quarters sewa dari UUM di Taman University. Okay, although it's a property of UUM, but then my electrical bills and water bills have to register by my own. UUM hanya keluarkan satu agreement, so saya bawa agreement tu pergi ke SADA dan juga pergi ke TNB untuk daftar atas nama saya. So that is the privatizations. And then bila rumah saya, kalau sampah, I kena buang sendiri. And then kalau saya nak pasang CCTV, everything it is by my own. So it's not the UUM responsible. UUM punya tanggungjawab hanya since I pay for bayaran untuk upah potong rumput, yes. So by monthly ada orang datang potong rumput, but then dia tak tolong cuci, just kerja dia potong rumput sahaja. And then supposedly kalau rumah tu ada rosak, saya kena buat laporan kepada jabatan JPP, and then orang JPP akan datang buat. Tapi bila, yelah, dalam kampus pun diorang dah lambat, so what do you think for the house? So it's more easy kalau I yang cari kontraktor, minta kontraktor yang datang repair. Okay, so this is the difference, alright? Okay. And then also there are some exemptions, okay? So the major breakdown of equipment for the age of 15 years and more. Bila satu benda yang lebih daripada 15 tahun, then kita dah tak adalah maintenance. Usually we have to replace it, okay? Maintenance and repair or replacement of office furniture and office equipment. So sometimes you all akan nampak ada email kata ada asset pelupusan, okay, or some of the computer after certain years is actually need to be disposed, okay. So that times kalau ada orang akan datang lah beli untuk yang murah, kalau tengok condition still okay, then you can buy it in a very cheap amount, and then kamu boleh refurbish balik kalau ada yang rajin lah, okay. Renovations work, rewiring of wiring age that more than 50 years. So this is the cases why Maybank terbakar, because kita tak ada proses ni. And then the building facelift, upgrading the external and also interior decorations. Okay. Okay. So how are we going to look beyond maintenance? Okay. Selain daripada maintenance of everything, some things that others than maintenance, we have to look beyond it. Okay, sebab all the times people akan kata, maintenance cost tinggi, so saya tak nak. Okay, but then how we going to look into beyond? Okay, apa yang akan differencekan? Okay, so the public building management should respond to the change and depends on the current demands. Okay, right? So kita tak boleh lah kita kata kita hanya nak duduk dalam area tu sahaja. Tak nak buat any improvement. We don't want to change anything. Okay, so we have to depends and check on the current demands. How is it? Dulu satu benda mungkin, okay, we take an example as a phone or even a laptop or PC. Last time, satu Windows from system Lotus, actually I still remember, dock. Okay, yang keluar blue screen and then kita kena type commands. Until kita ada Windows, Windows Me, Windows XP, yang that been operates for so many years. And then you can see the most recent trending, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, and then now is actually Windows 11. Okay, so all of this, and then even phone, every years ada yang upgrading, every years ada yang baru, even some every 6 months keluar satu model yang baru. So these are all the changes. So these are the current demands. So that's why when we're doing our maintenance or some things that we have to look beyond that. Okay, kita tak boleh lah cakap, okay, bila kita kata, okay, benda tu dalam undang-undang or anything kata, okay, fix 15 tahun, then we only go for 15 years. No, we have to go beyond, because some things like the computer, we need to upgrade it. Maybe after 3 years, kita dah kena tukar. So this is the difference between the industrial and also the federal, okay? Or we call it as a government sectors lah. Okay, usually when we check about industrial, kalau diorang ialah, they have to get up to date kan. So all the technologies related, they are very advanced. Every 2 years diorang dah boleh, sebab they actually sewa, they rent the service from the providers. For every 2 years diorang dah boleh tukar. It's just like even you can take it as an example, cold machine. Okay, cold machine selalu akan ada yang baru. So sometimes kalau kamu sewa, mungkin after 3 years kamu boleh tukar. After 3 years you can change. Okay, so this is some things that we need to respond to it. Okay, so first we have to look into legislations. Adakah legislations kita is on times ataupun sesuai tak pada masa tu. Changing roles of the federal government real property. Okay, the user expectations, technological changes. Tak adalah kita dapat ayat kata, lambatnya all the system. Okay, so that's why we need to always upgrade it. Alright. Okay. So these are those delegated issues that we need to refer. So first we have all 9. Okay, kita ada 9 factors or issues that we have to navigate. But then the main is actually until the investment. For the detail, for tendency and space is actually more to each other related. Okay, so compliance, occupation health and safety, public safety, risk management, environmental issues, energy management, investment management, tendency, and space management. Okay, so these are the 9 factors. Now kita tengok satu-satu. Okay, so for the compliance, not less than 15 legislations that a property managers must comply. Okay, why so much? Kalau kamu tengok 15 undang-undang yang kita kena ikut. Banyak kan 15? Okay, why? Because dalam satu bangunan, dia bukan hanya satu untuk structures, but then ada juga piping, gardening. All of this is actually goes to different rules and regulations. So the example, first one, Street Drainage and Building Act. So nampak tak kat sini? Ada jalan, ada longkang, ada bangunan. Second, Occupational Safety and Health, OSHA. Who is the user? We are the user. So how are we going to make sure that when we use this building, it is safe to us? Okay. Electricity supply, wiring, local government acts. Yang ni untuk kita dapatkan OC, all the things. Uniform buildings by law. Fire Service Act, Environmental Quality Acts. Okay. So these are the example, right? Okay, for OSHA, Occupational Health and Safety, it is a wide scope that includes the structural integrity, indoor air quality, non-hazardous materials. Bahan yang kita guna, cat yang kita guna, all of this, we have to make sure that it won't create any health issue. Okay. A company dengan guideline apa yang kita guna? So we have guideline for the OSHA, guideline for sampling and analysis for the airborne, okay, for air pollutions, classification of hazardous chemical, okay, and then monitoring contaminants for chemical hazardous and health, okay. So all of this is the guideline. And then selain daripada relate kepada OSHA, dia akan back kepada EQA juga, Environmental Quality Act. So it's linkage to each others. Okay. Then now, selain daripada user yang ada kat dalam, and then how about the public? Bila tidak ada satu bangunan, impossible orang lain tak datang. So bila orang lain datang, how about the public safety? Okay. So reduce the exposure of accidents and injury to the public. Control of slips and fall. Cleaning or repair works done must not pose dangers to the public. So you can, kalau rajin, you can go and check these these cases. Okay, Datuk Bandar Dewan Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur versus Hong Kong Ping. Okay, example. Let's say, sebenarnya kalau kamu pergi ke salah satu bangunan, and then bangunan tu mungkin tak rata, so kamu tersepak ada some place, and then kamu jatuh. It's actually you have the right to claim. Bukan saja accidental insurance yang kamu beli sendiri, but then you actually have the right to sue that buildings punya owner ataupun dia punya maintenance authority, sebab dia tak jaga dan menyebabkan kamu jatuh, and then mungkin you cedera, patah kaki or anything. Okay, so that's why the cleaning or repair works that done must not pose dangers to the public. Common accidents, missing drain covers. Okay, so jalan-jalan and then you terjatuh sebab kamu, yelah, sambil main phone, sebenarnya salah sendiri sebab sambil jalan sambil main phone kan. Tapi disebabkan kat depan tu lubang longkang dia tak tutup ataupun tempat tu sebab besi kan dah kena curi, orang nak bawa pergi jual. So kat situ berlubang, and then bila you jalan you tak perasan, jatuh ke dalam. Okay, deceptive step. Step kita ataupun tangga kita, setiap size dia ataupun setiap step tu actually dia ada limit dia tak. Dalam design in the civil engineering, we actually have the size. Dia tak boleh terlalu tinggi, tak boleh terlalu rendah. Because all of us, kita angkat kaki, dia ada certain range of yang pose dia. Kalau terlalu tinggi, kalau macam saya yang kaki pendek, macam mana saya nak naik? And then if terlalu rendah, terlalu cetek pun, when you step, mungkin bila kamu jalan, kamu mungkin akan termiss because we are very used to the standard one. And then ada berapa step. It has all this actually bila kita buat design. Okay, slippery floor. So kamu kalau tengok untuk lantai, sometimes for the concrete or even for the tubing types, kita akan ambil yang lebih kasar supaya bila hujan ataupun ada air, tak adalah berlaku slippery. Ataupun actually at some open space, there is not allowed to have tempat yang bertakung air. Okay, so this is all related to the public safety. Okay. Then now we come to the risk management. So the duty of care is met. Correct level of the business risk is maintained. Anticipate the risk, assess the probability of an event occurring and the consequence of that event. Develops and implement a management process to remove that risk. Okay, so kita kena identify dulu dalam satu bangunan tu apakah risk dia. So first, kebakaran, the fire risk. Second, kalau lift berhenti, what is the risk? And then tangga, apa risk dia? Electricity. So all of this we have to make sure supaya dia tak adalah mengganggu the functions of that buildings. So next is the environmental issues. So every building procedure is one kind of environmental liability or another. Example, stormwater and surface water runoff, asbestos, PCB, air quality, waste management practice, hazardous material, air quality. So all of this, okay, yang mungkin kamu akan fikir, air hujan kenapa? Asbestos, dinding ceiling kita. So PCB, air quality. That's why you akan tengok mainly all the buildings kita akan letak ada tingkap supaya ada pengudaraan. Kalau tak, air quality akan jadi very poor. Reducing of the environmental impact of the properties. And then sustainable development should become an important agenda. Energy management. So akan relate dengan electricity. So the consumption should be managed effectively. Needs the energy audit. Focus on reducing energy usage. The use of energy efficient equipment. Lights that are automatically turned off when the natural light is sufficient. Sensor that turn off the light when the room is vacant. Installations, energy saving lightings. Okay, so all of these are still related. Okay. And then the final one is the investment management. How we invest, okay? Or why we saying that. So that's why I mentioned like during the last class, when we say about the maintenance, building maintenance, it means that we would like to make sure that the value of the buildings for people to come, the investor to come, to make sure that it is attractive to them. Okay, look at the federal properties as an investment. So kalau bangunan federal as an investment, kalau dia cantik, or it has a lot of attractions, so mungkin ada juga company yang datang nak sewa ataupun nak datang invest, okay, to do some things, okay, revitalizations, okay, respond to the technological change and current trends. Repositioning the can be sustained and added value. The changings of the role of the federal properties require the property performance measurement and the value management. Okay, kalau kita tengok selalunya, kalau kita pergi ke bangunan kerajaan, and then kita compare dengan bangunan industri, ataupun kita katalah KLCC dengan bangunan di Putrajaya dan juga bangunan di state. Apa beza dia? Okay, Wisma Persekutuan di negeri kamu dan juga Wisma Persekutuan di Putrajaya. Yang mana satu lebih cantik? Yang mana satu dijaga dengan baik? And kalau kamu sebagai orang yang melabur from overseas or from industry, bangunan mana yang kamu nak melabur? Okay, so this is the questions to you, and then from there you can get the answer. Why this is important for us? Okay, right. So thank you for today's for these subtopics of chapter 2. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And then that's all for today's. Thank you for listening. Thank you, everyone.